I am lost.
No way! They said
Bye-bye, bitch.
2014 Money in the Bank ladder match winner, a multiple-time world champion, the man who made history at WrestleMania 31 with the greatest, most iconic Money in the Bank cash-in ever. It's safe to say Seth Rollins really hit his stride after he turned on the Shield. That was the moment he truly broke out, which is incredible given 2014 was a rough year for WWE, mostly because they didn't listen to the fans, resulting in a series of poorly received storylines. And still, with those circumstances, Seth became one of the most interesting characters in wrestling during that time, a role he executed brilliantly. So, what made Seth so special? How did he shine when everything around him seemed to be falling apart? Well, a big part of it was the Shield. Right from the start, when Seth was in NXT, you could see he was a star. He didn't just win the NXT title, he dominated the competition and became the first ever NXT champion. Later on, Rollins would team up with two other hotshot wrestlers, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Together, they formed the Shield, a dominant faction that rocked WWE with their brutal style and unwavering loyalty among each other. Seth Rollins, the brains of the operation, was a major part of their success. They made their debut in the big leagues at Survivor Series 2012, crashing a main event match by hitting Ryback with a crazy triple powerbomb through the announce table. From there, they went on an insane winning streak that lasted from December 2012 to May 2013. Nobody could touch them. On March 17, 2014, the Shield, who were once the bad guys, made a huge mistake. They turned good and started fighting against the Authority. It all went down when Kane told them to attack Jerry Lawler because he had gone against the Authority. Instead of following orders, they protected Jerry. That was a big mistake, and they would soon learn that they had messed with the wrong people. After some time, the Authority realized they couldn't defeat the Shield fairly, so they resorted to the tried and true, old-school method of divide and conquer. On June 2, 2014, Seth betrayed the Shield in one of the most shocking moments ever. You can actually hear someone screaming no in the crowd when it happened. Somewhere between the time the Shield started feuding with the Authority and that day, either Seth approached the Authority or vice versa. Regardless, he decided to betray his brothers and become the golden boy of the Authority. That was the beginning of the rise of the Architect, and boy, did Seth nail it. When asked to explain himself, he said, "Yeah, so what? I did what I had to do. I created the Shield, and I have the right to destroy it." He said Dean and Roman were nothing without him, and that they owed him everything. Dressed in a slick black suit, his words were cold and harsh. It was clear that this is the role he was born to play. Of course, this led to a huge feud with his old Shield buddies, especially Dean Ambrose. He was furious and wanted revenge. During a match with Rob Van Dam, Dean stormed the ring and attacked Seth right in the middle of it. They brawled all over the place, and the officials had to pull Dean away. Seth ran off like a scared rabbit, but the message was clear: Dean was out for blood. Seth would go on to enter his first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. The crazy thing is, Dean was also in the match. It was obvious the Authority wanted Seth to win, but with his former brother so mad at him, it wouldn't be easy. Before the match even started, you could tell Dean was only there for one reason: to get Seth. They had a great match, but just as Ambrose was about to win, the Authority stepped in to stop him. Kane, one of the Authority's goons, showed up, yanked Dean off the ladder and gave him a nasty chokeslam, then finished him off with a tombstone. It was brutal. With Dean out of the way, Seth easily climbed the ladder and won the contract. Seth didn't wait around to use his Money in the Bank contract. While Cena was knocked out, he tried to cash it in, but Dean showed up out of nowhere. They started fighting and Seth had to run away. Dean was basically saying, "This isn't over." They were beefing hard, and it was getting really messy, spilling out of the ring and into the crowd. They finally faced off in a Hell in a Cell match. Ambrose was wild and crazy, swinging like a madman, while Rollins was all about strategy and precision. Just when things were heating up, out comes Bray Wyatt, this creepy dude, and he distracts Ambrose. Rollins seizes the moment and pins Ambrose for the win. After that, Seth got another big fight against John Cena. It's a huge deal. Team Cena, with all these cool underdogs, was going up against Team Authority, led by the evil Triple H and Stephanie. Rollins was on Team Authority. It was a thrilling 5-on-5 elimination tag team match pitting Team Cena, which had John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, Big Show, and Ryback against Team Authority with Seth Rollins, Kane, Luke Harper, Mark Henry, and Rusev. The match was crazy. Big Show was a beast, knocking out Mark Henry with one punch. But then, things got weird. Big Show was getting annoyed with Cena and suddenly he turned on him. He knocked Cena out cold, which was a huge shock. With Big Show turning on them, Team Cena was in trouble. But Ziggler stepped up and fought like crazy. He took out the rest of Team Authority, winning the match for his team, with an assist from the returning Sting. Despite Team Authority's loss at Survivor Series 2014, Seth wasn't fazed. Earlier that year, he had won the Money in the Bank briefcase, granting him the opportunity to challenge for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at any time and place of his choosing. This guaranteed him a shot at the title, regardless of the outcome of the Survivor Series match. He would eventually cash in his contract at WrestleMania 31, shocking the world by turning the main event match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns into a triple threat match and ultimately pinning Reigns to claim the championship. Dubbed the Heist of the Century, this audacious move solidified his status as a top star and propelled him to new heights. The unexpected nature of the cash-in during the main event of WrestleMania took everyone by surprise, including the live audience and viewers at home. By pinning Roman Reigns, Rollins achieved his lifelong dream of becoming a world champion. The cash-in became one of the most iconic moments in WrestleMania history. It's a moment that is still talked about today, and it will continue to be remembered as a turning point in Rollins' career.